So to Jason Locken for CBS Sports NFL Insider. What is Khan waiting for with Gus Bradley? What's the story in Jacksonville?
He's stubborn, blind loyalty, refusing to admit you are who your record says you are. I mean, there's not a whole lot else to say about it. Any empirical evidence that you would look at to analyze this situation would tell you need to make a change. You're in the worst division in football, and you still can't compete. The quarterback's regressing. All the young, quote-unquote, talent and all the speed you have amassed on defense, you're as bad as you've ever been. Now the receivers that you've had are basically rendered non-factors. At some point, do you keep playing this quarterback? Or do you sit him for a week or two and see what the other guy can do?
JLC, could you really bench Blake Bortles?
I would have benched him for that game. Look, if I'm Gus Bradley and I'm fighting for my job, maybe Henne gives us a spark in the first quarter. I mean, it's desperate times.
People are saying in Chicago that John Fox is done with Jay. Locken Ford just told us if Brian Hoyer wasn't banged up, Jay Cutler never sees the field again. Period. Who would take Jay Cutler?
See, my concern with Jay is that for teams that are desperate, like the Jets, like the Browns, like the Niners, and even the Rams right now, I cannot risk him walking into that quarterback room and poisoning it. I can't. Now, if it's a team that is 4-4 now or 3-5 in a bad division, and there's an injury or there's enough veterans to suppress that negative energy that he brings immediately, I might be willing to do it. But in the offseason, I think the list is incredibly short. Who wants Jay Cutler?
Yeah,
Nobody likes Jay Cutler.
And you get him for cheap as a backup. I mean, do you even want him as a backup?
No, because I don't think he'd be happy.
Is he going to be valuable for whatever young player you're trying to groom?
This is Jaguars quarterback Blake Bortles, and I promise I'm not a robot. Like the show on Facebook at Tiki and Tierney.
You're also not very good these days, Mr. Bortles. All righty, so we're still rooting for you, kid, but I don't know if we can have him on our show much. We banned Tannehill. I might have to ban Bortles. He's bringing the show down. All right, this hour of the show is brought to you by Wendy's. Big news here, Teak.